sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to legendary Lambeau Field in Green Bay. No team means more to a city than the Packers to Green Bay, and this was the scene a few moments ago as the green and gold made their way out of the historic tunnel. They're ready to go as they get set to match up with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Ready for football now from sunny Wisconsin, and off we go from Lambeau. And not much on this one. Takes it from the 21. On first down, Brady. Oh, he's going to air it out right away. And that's caught inside the 35. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Well, fair to say that when you're looking at guys that can run like the wind, you often find him at the wide receiver position, and that was special there.
Well, in this league where coordinators worry so much about drawing up the right routes, blocking assignments, misdirections and stuff, they have these precise arrows and movements. Sometimes the best plays just come from the schoolyard where you look at your fastest guy and say, go long, go get it, big man.
And if you look at the next-gen stats, you'll see that he topped out at an even 21 miles an hour. Ryan Suckup on for the point after. And they're not going to get the kick off in time. And that'll set them back 5. Another attempt now from 5 yards further back. And that one gives the Bucs a 7-0 lead. Following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. From the 10. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21. Rodgers will bring the pack up with a 1st and 10 at their own 21. Throwing to start the drive. Rodgers. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. And it looked like he got the feet down, did he? Yes, it's a catch. And he gets this down deep into Tampa Bay territory. So the field flips here as they'll go to work at the 20 now on 1st and 10. Into the red zone, it's Rodgers. Escaping the pressure right. And that will be caught, but out of the end zone, says the field judge. It's ruled incomplete.
Similar to a shooter in basketball who just connected on the previous shot. They run another set for him on the next play. Now, we had a guy who made the catch. They tried to get the big one downfield, but came up empty.
2nd and 10.
Strong right. Let's go.
Shotgun now for Rodgers. Now swing pass for Dillon. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. Throwing is Rodgers on 3rd down. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Carlton Davis picks it. And the Buccaneers are going to take over here on the INT at their own 5-yard line. No doubt a very disappointing end to what was a pretty strong opening drive.
They had 3 points in their back pocket. It was there for them. If you don't like what you see, just throw it away. Make sure you get those points on the board. Don't get too greedy. He forced it there. You saw the end result.
Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down. Throwing now is Brady. Throw right side, caught by O.J. Howard. And he'll take this across the 25 before going out of bounds.
So many times in my career, I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. But as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
Now a first down carry by Jones. And some room to maneuver. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. You know, I have a pretty good friend, Charles Davis, who tells me that when he sees plays like that, strong runs to the right, reminds him of the 1960s Green Bay Packers.
Boy, those were the days back when the fullback actually carried the ball as well as blocked. Then you had a halfback. You had pulling guards, guys who could get out and run. And you can hear the great coach saying it back then. So we get a seal here and a seal here, and we run this play right in the alley.
Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8. To throw is Brady. Oh, not sure he saw the linebacker there as that's batted down and incomplete.
You can tell they wanted to get that ball downfield, but they had nothing working in the secondary, so he dropped it off to the running back. That one ended up incomplete.
And they'll need to get to the 35 if they want to keep this drive going on 3rd down. Now Brady. This one swung out here to Jones. And this is going to result in another first down as the tackle's made at the Packers 23. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. They go back to the ground with Jones. And not much. Maybe a yard down to the 23.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
Here's Jones again on 2nd down. And a short gain here down to the 22. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming.
But that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive. And once again, they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short game.
Flush to his right. And he'll just get rid of it. That has to feel like a very unsatisfying drive, right? You move the ball all that way, and then you can't convert on 3rd down.
But it was satisfying up until that point. Almost like a great movie, and then the film cuts out before the big ending.
Succop's kick is good. And the lead moves to 10-zip. So that one on target, and it adds to this first half lead.
And maybe we're too early to worry too much about 1-score lead, 2-score lead, etc. But this is where you kind of start banking those points that come in helpful later on.
A short kick taken at the 18. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
Working with a 2nd and 4. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half. 10-0 our score. A reminder that when halftime rolls around, Jonathan Coachman will have all the highlights and analysis of this first half of play from our studios in Orlando. He's going to rifle one deep left side. All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. picked off by Jamel Dean. And the Bucs are going to take over once again at their own 37-yard line. So they tried to take the deep shot there, but this defense up to the task.
And a lot of times when you air a ball out like this, if it does get intercepted, there's going to be a lot of space out there to set up a return. And remember, you've got 5 big offensive linemen out there playing on their feet in open space. Not a skill most of them possess that allows for extra yardage on the return.
And he takes it down deep into Green Bay territory. A big play that time for Tampa Bay. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down. Brady gives this one off to Jones. And he stopped immediately there. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10. From the shotgun, a give to Jones. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with exactly a minute to go before halftime. Throwing is Brady on 3rd down. Looking for Jones, and it's intercepted. Devondre Campbell, the linebacker, picks it. And the Packers are going to take over at their own 2-yard line. Charles, not only is that an interception, it's one when you were really knocking on the door for a touchdown inside the red zone.
You're actually thinking points. No matter what, at worst, you're thinking kicking a field goal and getting 3. We might look back on this in the second half and say, you remember when they didn't get points on that drive? This could cost them.
Man open, here is Jones. And he's able to get this one all the way past the 30. A big connection on that one. 30 yards. Rodgers now on first down. He's going to fire one deep left sideline. And that is incomplete.
Certainly no lack of aggressiveness here. They were hoping for the home run play to get them 6 points. They're hoping for a catch, maybe a call. But they figure they can at least get into field goal range with a completion.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10.
Right here, right here.
To throw, it's Rodgers. Flushed out right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. It's caught inside the 25. And they do finally get him at the 12. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. A real field flipper there, as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. From the gun, it's Rodgers. And it's a Packers touchdown. Rodgers finding Valdez-Scantling. And the Packers are able to cut into this lead in the final seconds of the first half. The way this one was going, you just got the sense they needed something before half. They've at least got something on the board now. Still trailing, but a good sign.
That takes me back to our preseason tour of NFL camps. You remember we talked with that one coach who said his emphasis this year was scoring in the last 2 minutes of a half, heading into the locker room. This hits it right there. Take that momentum, take that good feeling, and take it to the locker room, regroup, and start over. They got it here.
They did indeed, and a lot of football, full half to be played. So time enough for a kickoff here. 5 seconds remaining in this first half. Pulls it in at the 13. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And they'll have time for one play. There's 2 seconds on the clock. This into the hands of his running back, Ronald Jones. And he's able to get this one all the way past the 30. First half in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
These two teams going through their final adjustments. It's about time for the second half in Green Bay. So for the call, we go back up to Lambeau and Brandon Gott.
And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. The Packers set to get the football first, and they are trailing on the scoreboard as we resume action, ready for the third quarter from the 10. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line. And they're on the short end of the scoreboard here. And Charles, what adjustments, if any, do you think they need to make for the second half?
Well, paraphrasing the gold medal hockey winning coach Herb Brooks, I just say you continue to play your game. Throw the ball. They had success doing it in the first half. So make sure you keep getting the ball to your playmakers a little bit more to the perimeter perhaps. But above all, play your game.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. A good action to this point in the third quarter. Just a 3-point game. 2nd and 10. Now the man from UTEP. This is Aaron Jones. And able to stay on his feet past the 30 to about the 33-yard line. Rodgers now to throw. Eluding the pressure right. Looking deep for Adams. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
Well, defensively, they haven't let him just sit in the pocket and get comfortable, and that's opposite a lot of game plans in today's NFL. Ordinarily, you're trying to keep the quarterback hemmed in. In this case, they brought the heat, and if he flushes out, they're fine with that.
The Buccaneer pressure too much. Down he goes. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And the Bucs are going to take over with excellent field position to boot. On first down, Jones. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down.
Partner, you know I love to point out when teams break tendency and do something a little bit different from the norm. But when you run the ball in the first play of the drive, that's not a tendency breaker at all. That's just trying to establish yourself as you move forward.
Throwing on 2nd and 8, Brady. And Evans hauls it in. Touchdown, Bucs. Mike Evans there to make the grab. And the Bucs are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. That's going to set him back 5 yards. A slightly more difficult attempt here from the 20. And now again, the play clock's going to run out on him. And that'll be accepted, of course, and that moves him back 5. Well, now things get a little dicier here. It's a 42-yard extra point attempt. It's good to make it 17-7. Now Pinion with the kickoff honors following the touchdown. From the 10. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And last time out, went for it on 4th down, turned it over, gave him great field position, turned it 6 points. So Jones goes diving, and he's got it.
When you're a player of his stature, you don't just circle the games on your team's calendar. You
circle the Pro Bowl?
Without a doubt. That's a game that you just figure you're going to be in each and every year. And it's because of catches like that. That's why he goes.
They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down. On play action, now Rodgers. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Adams. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
Rodgers again now. That is caught. It's the tight end, Tunyon. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. Lambeau Field, one of the best home field advantages in the NFL, no doubt. And they're a half. And down he goes. A Buccaneer sack. Final minute now of the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, that's how we do this.
Hey, take 26.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Rodgers escaping the pressure right. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away.
Oh, I like that right there. Not only was it the right play, throwing it away like that, frankly, I think it was the only play.
Yeah, got outside of the pocket, realized he had nothing, just chucked it free.
Yeah, live to fight another down, right?
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
Watch his flag.
26.
Here's Rodgers. He's going to fire one deep left sideline. And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. Now a chance to make that big play really hurt. It's 1st and goal just outside the 5. Rodgers going to throw. And that is caught. But he will come down out of bounds, says the side judge. Incomplete.
I know every offense wants to start their snaps closer to the goal line, but it's actually harder to throw the ball in those situations. You throw into that tight coverage, you see what happens. Hard to get the ball in there.
Not enough space there. Lucky maybe that it wasn't intercepted. Got a man open. It's Adams. Touchdown, Green Bay. It's a 6-yard touchdown pass. And the Packers are able to get a score back in the final stages of this 3rd quarter. Rodgers will throw for it. And the Packers are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Very short kick taken right at the 20. Now a hit and a loose football. And the Packers pick it up. And his guys are going to take over at the 21-yard line. So how about this for a turn of events? They cut the lead with a touchdown, and then on the ensuing kickoff, get the football right back.
And what a swing in a short amount of time, because the momentum was totally against them. Now it's all in their favor. They've got a chance to go into the lead if they can get the ball to the end zone.
He's got the first down inside the 10. And he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. Aaron Jones, a 21-yard touchdown run. And the Packers have taken the lead. Extra point try now for Crosby. And the lead is up to 5. And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Taken from about the 12. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And they will be looking to answer the touchdown their defense just surrendered. Still a good chunk of time remaining here in the fourth quarter and a chance to regain the lead in a tight one. He'll be dropped at the 25 after a gain of 6. Second down at 4. Again, it's Jones. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
And that one not going to have enough height on it. Down around his feet, it's incomplete. One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on fourth down. Now Brady got to have this one. And he's got a man. It's the tight end Howard, complete. And he's able to get it to the 31, and that's enough for the first. Now Brady. Looking left sideline, incomplete.
And I can see the officials kind of looking at each other down there, silently wondering, does this meet the level of grounding? Fortunately, he did have a receiver in the area, but I have seen less obvious throwaways called as penalties.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Now Brady again. Open man is Howard, the tight end. And he's got a first down there after a gain of about 12 as the clock will stop right now for the 2-minute warning. So it's Buccaneer football as we welcome you back. They come up on a 1st and 10, desperately needing a score here on what could be their final drive. Brady's throw complete here, pulled in by Howard. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And it'll be 2nd and very short.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete. Now you're right on the edge of field goal range. You've still got time, but get up to the line of scrimmage and get set.
Well, this has been all that we'd hoped for. 2 of the game's all-time great QBs slugging it out in a one-score game here in the second half. 1st and 10. Brady to throw. Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted. Adrian Amos with a pick.
And the Packers have just about sewn up this football game.
When you talk about making winning plays, that is a winning play at this stage of the game. To come up with that interception, huge.
I like how you identified that, because most people think winning plays are the offense trying to get it done. In this case, nursing a lead, they found a way to make a play on that side of the ball and maybe finish things off.
About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line. And this game not quite in hand yet. We'll likely see all three timeouts defensively and then reassess where we are. And he'll get this up to about the 40. Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts, as they'll get it with just a shade under a minute to go in the game. Now a second down and 6. Rodgers with a give. It's Aaron Jones. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. The Bucs with an extra defender now in the secondary here on third down.
Move. Hey, we got 3 down, 3 down.
Back to throw, Rodgers. Toward the sideline. Did he keep the feet in? Yes, he got him.